So hey guys, I thought I'd do an Invisalign update because I haven't done one in a few months. I just realized that it's actually been, I guess it's been a couple months. The last time I did an update, I think that I had just gotten my teeth rescanned because the first set of aligners wasn't fitting anymore. So the first set I had, I'm going to put this down right here. The first that I had was a set of 44 trays, and I got to tray 9, and I think it was the back on the right. It wasn't fitting anymore, or maybe I think I don't even remember, but it wasn't fitting, and actually I think there was a big gap between my two front teeth and the bottom of the aligner. I think that's what it was, and so I couldn't even talk with them in my mouth because there was just so much air going. It was just really uncomfortable, and it would have been really obvious, and it wasn't a good fit, and it wouldn't have I wouldn't have gotten the result that they were aiming for if I had kept those in. So I ended up getting rescanned. The bottom trays had always been fine. Those were never an issue, but I think because when they originally designed the trays, they had designed them with me having attachments along the front top, and I didn't want to have those attachments because I didn't want it to be that obvious, and they were saying that it wasn't that big of a deal that I could do the aligners without the attachments. And they did send it back to get the trays without the attachments, but they still weren't fitting right. So I got them rescanned. I waited for 6 weeks for the new trays to come in. And then when the new ones came in, now I had a new set of 36 trays, and I was starting on tray 1. So that was back in February, I think, before the whole COVID-19 thing happened. So I got a few trays into it. I think I got to tray 6 or 7, and then I was pretty sure at that point, the way things were going, that the orthodontist office was going to close. So I called them to see if I could get a few, because they don't give me all the trays up front. They only give me 6 or 7 trays at a time, and then I have to go back, and they just want to recheck me and make sure that everything is tracking appropriately, everything fits right, which is good. It's good. But I called them because I knew that their office, they hadn't announced it yet, but I was pretty sure that their office was going to close. And I didn't want to be stuck for a couple months or indefinitely, because at that point we didn't know when they were going to reopen. I didn't want to be stuck in the same aligner again for months. My progress had already stalled because I had to get the rescan, and I had to wait for those trays to come in, and I just wanted to get the process started. So I called them, and they said they could give me a couple of trays. I think they gave me 2 at first, and then I got through those 2, and then I called for some more, and they ended up giving me 4 more. So I ended up getting 5 or 6 trays, I think, at that point. It's hard for me to remember at this point, but I got enough that I felt good. I felt like I could make some progress while their office closed, which they eventually did. And when I looked at the trays, I like to look at them before. When I get a bunch of trays at one time, I like to look at the last trays of that set so I can see what my teeth will look like at that point. It gives me a little bit of motivation because it's really hard to wear these things. It's very hard to wear these things 22 hours a day. It's hard to talk in them, and I just feel like a big ogre with these things in my mouth. And so it gives me a little bit of motivation. So I looked at that last tray, which at that point they gave me trays to get to number 14 out of that 36 set of trays. And I thought it looked like, because the bottom teeth are the ones that I have really, that's what made me start this process, is I wanted to straighten that one bottom tooth. But they can't just straighten that one bottom tooth, they have to straighten everything. And in the meantime, my alignment is completely off. All my other teeth are shifted and kind of hurting and uncomfortable. My teeth don't touch anymore. I think what they're doing is they're spreading out the bottom teeth to make room for that one to move forward. And in the meantime, the only teeth that are really touching are my canines. I can't actually bite down on anything. There's certain foods that I can't eat because I just can't grind my teeth together to break it up. So like oranges, I can't eat oranges right now, for example. So I looked at the tray 14. It looked like my teeth were closer, and that gave me motivation. And I'm on tray 14 now, and this is what they look like. I have the trays in right now. It's better. And they are opening their offices back up. So I called them, and I do have an appointment for Thursday, actually, this Thursday, because I would have switched my tray out this week and gone on to the next one. I did delay. So one complication I have had with recently with these trays, and I don't, it's probably secondary to the Invisalign because it is making spaces between my teeth. I brush my teeth and I floss after every single time that I eat and before I put these trays back in. And there was one time last Sunday where I was flossing, and there's a significant space between these two teeth right here, and I felt something go under my gum and I couldn't get it out, and I wasn't using a water pick at the time. And sure enough, overnight my gums got really inflamed, to the point that I thought that I had a filling. What I thought had happened was that I had a filling, like a pre-existing filling that had fallen out, and now I got food stuck in it, and I was developing an abscess. So I was really worried about it. I called the dentist that morning because they had just opened, and I thought that this warranted a visit because I didn't know if I needed some treatment to fill a cavity. So I went in there. They took an x-ray, they took a look at it, and bottom line was that it was just gingivitis because I had food stuck under my gum somewhere. There's no filling that fell out, there's no cavity forming. So that night I started using a water pick, and he also gave me some antibiotics. I did the 5 days of antibiotics. It just said to use them until I didn't feel it anymore, and that took until Friday. And I'm using the water pick religiously, at least twice a day. If I'm at work, it's twice a day, but when I'm home, it's more frequently, just because I feel like I get a better cleaning that way. And it's gone away, but I did delay changing my tray over one day just because I didn't think that it was a good idea to shift my teeth around while my gums were still that inflamed. So my gums are better. I'm on the last tray for this set, so I'm on tray 14 of 36. I go in a couple of days to hopefully get my next set of trays and progress forward. When I went for my last appointment back in February, when I actually had an appointment, I asked them to show me the scanned images so I can see when those bottom teeth would line up and be straight, and it was around tray 20. So I just keep looking forward to tray 20. Tray 20. At tray 20, I'll feel like this was worth it because everything will line up, and then hopefully at that point everything will start moving back in and my alignment will be fixed, hopefully. But yeah, so that's my update at this point. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. My teeth, I've noticed the color. I don't drink any soda anymore. I used to drink a lot of Diet Coke, and I quit cold turkey a year and a half ago. I had a video about it because I quit because a part of my tooth, on this tooth, my bottom canine, part of the enamel fell off, and I just, at that point I said no more. It's not good for me anyway, and it's eroding the enamel on my teeth, and it's probably staining my teeth, so I just quit. But since starting Invisalign, and I don't know if anybody else has had this problem, it seems like there has been progressive yellowing of my teeth, and it's making me very self-conscious of my teeth. I did try a whitening pen through the office and it didn't really do much. And then when I picked up one of the set of, I think before the office closed, when I picked up a couple of aligners, I asked them about it and they said that they offered me another pen. So I just started that one yesterday, so I can't really comment on it yet, but I do feel like it's doing more, if that makes sense. It's a paint on whitening brush and it's bubbling up anyway and it's turning white, so I feel like it might be doing something, but we'll see. It's basically this canine right here. I don't know why that one is standing out in particular. And then these are starting to yellow down here. I also have some pits in my teeth, which they're hard to see because my camera won't focus that closely on them, but there's some pits that are picking up some stains. So overall, I'm getting very self-conscious of my teeth. So in the process of trying to straighten my teeth and make them look pretty, they're getting yellower and kind of defeating the purpose. So I'll have to update on that whitening pen. I'm trying to avoid doing the in-tray whitening treatment because my teeth are very sensitive. But if it gets to that point, I'll try it because I would like to be able to smile with confidence and not hide my teeth. I'm already hiding my teeth because of the tray, because I feel like the gap that you can see between the tooth and the bottom of the tray is pretty obvious. But fortunately, we're all wearing masks right now and nobody can see my teeth, so that's one benefit to having to wear a mask everywhere. So yeah, that's it for now. And I will hopefully update sooner than before 2 months is over again. But thanks for watching, and hopefully this helped somebody with their Invisalign journey.